to all of you, and great to see again of many faces here. And thank you once again, everyone, for making an effort to be here today. So, as you all aware that we all gathered here for a special session that is conducted by Dr. Deepak Agrawal, sir. So, we will continue with our day 5 session that is about understanding ethical issues and plagiarism. The session is jointly organized by BK Birla Institute of Higher Education, Pilani, Rajasthan, and Research Foundation of India, sponsored by ARGA, WFST, HERF, and so on. So let's continue with our today's session as with a well-educated personality, Dr. Deepak Agrawal, sir. As Dr.
Uh,
Deepak Agrawal, sir, is
ma'am,
currently
ma'am, excuse me.
yes, yes,
I
sir.
can think that we should start the session because I was already been introduced
Yes, yes,
yesterday,
sir. Sure,
so
sure,
it is
sir.
not required.
Sure, sure, sir. Sir, you can start, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much once
Okay.
again, and welcome all the participants. Once again, thanks to Saurabh Jain sir, Ajay Jain sir. Ajay Jain sir is having his birthday today, so it's a congratulations and best wishes from all of us, all the members of RFI and all the participants. We wish him to grow to the highest level in academics and definitely in the world. Please allow me a second so that I can start with my presentation. So in yesterday's session, I hope that you can see the PPT.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much once again. Yesterday we have gone through the need and the requirement to overcome the plagiarism because it is a mandate part nowadays to make our work more meaningful and more authenticated. An answer to that, how we can do it. So that is an extension to the answer, and that is with the help of compiling references and bibliography. So these are the major key factors which we are going to discuss today. As such, some portion of plagiarism, certain portion of plagiarism was already discussed yesterday. So I will not talk much about it. And we can easily move to the next part, which is more important for today's session. Referencing, style, citation, differences, bibliography, comparison, and many of the things related to it. So once again, if the question arises to us that why referencing, so there would be the many of the answers coming from the participants. But to that, with that, I will just like to answer in one word or maybe in three words, and that is to avoid plagiarism. So present to the present scenario, if we say that why referencing, we said we want to avoid the plagiarism. But plagiarism is nothing only element for which we do need to go do the referencing. There are other more factors required for which the referencing is been required. So along with plagiarism, it is most important that referencing is a source which is helpful to acknowledge the people who have written the articles and which was being made available towards the development of the society and the welfare of the society. So whomsoever, whatsoever work has been done by the others, the appreciation is been required, and for that purpose, the referencing is a part for it. So we have already discussed to avoid plagiarism. I am not talking. Then, secondly, it provides a source to credit the author because ultimately it's hard work. You just replace yourself as an author and somebody else is quoting your work without any credits given to you. How would you like to feel upon? So, in such cases, the adequate referencing has been required. Even nowadays, when we talk about the indexing, H index, I index, G index. So for indexing also the referencing has been required. Ultimately, your creditability in academic world counts with the basis of such type of indexes. Indexing or referencing also provides a platform to show the original source. Now, whatever you contents you have taken up, it is necessary that the original source must be cited so that in case if any more of the authors need to go upon, then definitely they can go with those references. They can go find out the original source. They can put down whatever the expected requirement is from them. Because ultimately we are referring to what actually what we are having a perception belongs to. But when we cite the original source or when we refer the original source, any other author who is reading your paper or work can go through that reference and they can check it out as per their requirement. So to provide the credit, again, the referencing is been required. Then to demonstrate your knowledge, how's that? Once you referred, because each and everything is not been created by you, developed by you. So in that case, once you have taken some of the contents from some another sources, in that case also we need to properly refer or cite those contents. So your knowledge is been extended, is been compared, is been sourced with the help of the adequate referencing and to lend credibility to your own work. It provides your faithfulness in the academic fraternity that you are loyal not only to your work, but even that you are properly citing the work which has been taken care by or rotated by someone else. So these are the few reasons we need to refer our work. This what we have already discussed it yesterday, that to avoid plagiarism is the one of the major source of providing the references, and we have already discussed that what are the items which can be excluded, which doesn't comes under this category, and how to refer that, and all of these things. So not getting into each and every of the sentence, the plagiarism which is the one of those to overcome is like that, with properly citing the word with some of the referencing management tools, you can overcome this plagiarism aspect. Even whenever we copy and paste, yesterday we have seen two cartoons. So they one of them claims that I have directly copied whole of the material. So does it comes under this category? And the answer to it is yes. So simply copying and pasting of the contents from the internet, which is the easiest source of information, must be referred in the proper sequence and as per the requirements, along with the date of accession is to be shown upon. Even when you copy paste an electronic book, journal, etc., you must record the full source with the help of the URL. And once, if you are not firm enough that you are not having any confidence the original source, then you can always refer to any of the search engines, this like maybe Google or any other search engines, to identify the source of information. So proceeding further, the purpose of referencing is consistency, clarity, accuracy, and brevity. Your work has been challenged, maybe challenged in the near future. So that thing must be supported with the proper referencing and the citations. It provides the consistency to your work. It provides a support to your work. It may be in contrast or maybe in favor, whatever the may be results may be, but it provides a support to your work. It justifies your work with the help of the adequate referencing. Second purpose, it provides the clarity to your work, because you may be confused in your work, and in that case a support on the basis of outcomes determined by some any other author which you have cited in your work provides the support clarity to your work. Okay, you may be in the right direction or may not be. Accuracy of information, to provide the authenticated sources, this provides an accuracy, because whatever the data or reference you are using may be challenged. To provide the support to those data, outcomes, results, the referencing has been required, because it provides the source from where you have taken up the data and the brevity of your idea. So, what are the basic elements if we further discuss upon related to referencing? So, the elements are basically classified into four broad categories. That is what we need to focus upon. Number one, whenever we want to go, yeah, move ahead with referencing, the four information must be included. The first is the information related to author. There are the various sources of referencing style, what we are going to discuss later, and how to quote the author is one of the major element. Each and every style have each and every referencing style have their own patterns. Secondly, quoting the date. Date includes the year of publication. So how the date will be formatted in the referencing, this is the second element you need to focus upon. Again, we have discussed or we have seen talk about the few softwares available. Just like mentally I talked yesterday, provide you the complete platform for developing the referencing and citation. Similarly, once you move through the Word, referencing is a part of it. In MS Word, you can go through that portion. You can select the style. Then you can select what you are basically looking upon. That is footnote, citation, or reference. And as per the selected style, the Word will help you to generate in the specified order. Third element for referencing is how to quote the title. Where it is to be placed in referencing, would it be in the inverted comma or may not be? Are all the first characters that should be characterized in the capital words, or the whole of the title will be capitalized, or it will be in the running format? So all different type of referencing styles, they have quoted how to put the title in your work. And referencing here, we are not only focusing upon the citation part and the referencing which is in the comes at the end of your paper, but it has been defined to the whole structure of your work, which includes defining the title of your paper, quoting the way about the authors, including their affiliations, emails, where it will be positioned just below the title of the paper, or below the abstract, or above the abstract. That all comes under this category. And the fourth important element to be focused upon, and that is the source of information. Authentication of information is equally important. Is it a printed manual or printed material, or is it in the form of electronic format? E-format contents may change with the time. So in that case, we will see in the next few slides that in that case, it is necessary to quote the date of referencing those contents. Whatever I have discussed it yesterday, might be possible that I have updated those contents and you are referring those that content today. So in that case, you need to quote the present date or today's date to be known as the date of accession. So extension to those that slide, that is author, the person responsible for the work. It includes the names of the author of and or maybe of group authors. So there is a specified method to quote the name of the authors. It normally may start with the surname first, then middle name, and then first name. Only it may include the author's surname. In case of single author, double author, multiple authors, all things are being properly defined by any specific formatting style which you are going to adopt. Date of publication of the article, it includes the format of the date and how to include retrieval's date. Again, the retrieval means the date you have accessed it. The format is also been defined. Title of the work, then the citations can be quoted at the end of the work in the form of references and simply 1, 2 in the serial order, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is another style too. Source include the format of the source and the way to include a database information. So these are the basic four elements must be discussed, must be know while you are referring your work. While developing a paper or the thesis work, I particularly personally emphasize on two of the elements. One, that is the literature review, and second one is the referencing. I personally believe to refer the whole of the things in the manual manner rather than taking the support of any of the software. Why about it? Because it provides me a sense of information that I have gone through the complete statement. In case of any dilemma, any confusion, I can again refer the original source, I can search it out and I can quote it down. But once you have used the web resources and with the help of one of the software, you have determined the references, you may not be going through in detail about it. So this is the one of the way. This is from apa.org. The source of information for a journal article. So there are the various elements, how to identify, how to determine. Although there is nothing new to all of us because we all are academicians, we know how to quote, how to refer the things. So this is the one of the example is been quoted, and this is how they have bifurcated. Number one, that is the details about the paper which has been published, the date about the publication. If DOI has been available, you can insert it out. Then the title of the work, you need to determine the method of referencing style you are going to adopt, and accordingly it will be designed. Then author who is the responsible for work, just like if you are having drafting your own paper. So the detail about the authors will may come over here. Then their affiliations. Once again, in this example, the affiliation is over itself here, and you can quote it separately. So this is how a complete reference system exists. If we go through at the referencing part, that is the end of your work. So this is how they have quoted the name of the authors, the year of publication, the title of the paper, and the source of information from where it has been referred to. So this style varies with the publication you decides to opt for. What should be the style of getting it published? It is all and well defined in the journal where you are going to submit the paper. So my another suggestion that once you are in the process of drafting the paper, it's better you decide at which journal you would like to submit it out. So you can start initially with that style and the format. Otherwise, you have drafted the paper as per your own style, and later on again you are redrafting the whole of the things, which is the time consuming process. So it's better just decide the journal where you would like to publish, prepare accordingly, and other than that, they are the common styles which are already available. So you can prepare your work according to those common styles also. But just for example, you have decided that you will draft the complete paper as per APA, and the journal accepts the MLA style. So what you need to do? You need to redraft everything, everywhere. So it's better you decide it first and then you work accordingly. Now, next thing once again comes upon, and that is the citation and referencing styles. Yesterday we talked upon any of the reference which has been quoted in the work, that is in text work, then it comes in the category of citation. And when the complete information about that author and publication is published at the end of your work, it comes under the category of referencing. I hope it is clear to all of you. In case if you are having doubt, you may please ask to me. Secondly, why the need of citation occurs? Because we are already having a referencing, or vice versa, why we must have a separate referencing. So once you are quoting the complete information as in text, citation, then it may be not attractive to the reader to go through each and every elements. They may lose the interest. They may escape the important points of your work which has been included in text. So in that case, we simply provide the author's information, which may include the year of publication, may not, and the detail is been submitted at the end of the work. The second reason, that is, in even some of the journals, particularly in printed journals, there is a limited space available. Your paper might be they accept for 4 pages or 5 pages, not more than that. In that case, again, quoting two of the details, just like even you're quoting the author's description in the form of citation, and again quoting at the end in the form of references, occupies space. To overcome that, there is another way of citing the things, and that is in the numerical order. Simply in bracket, you will put the source as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you save the space in text citation, and the complete information has been quoted at the end in the form of referencing as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To learn more upon, it is required that you go through the papers which you are interested for, or the papers you have downloaded earlier. Please spare time for it, because this is the only source which can protect you from the plagiarism. If it is not as per the requirement, it is not as per the format, it will come under the category of plagiarism. So what is referencing? Already discussed. It contains the detailed information about the author which you have cited in your work, which includes the author's name, year of publication, title of the paper, the detail about the publication, that is journal, books, magazine, online source, any of them. The complete information comes in the form of referencing. Coming to the next part, which method should be adopted? So the most important, what I have said, talked upon, that is you need to go through the general referencing style where you need to submit upon. But besides that, there are the few very common referencing style. Referencing means citation. I have by default it has been included in it. So please don't get confused. So there are the very popular referencing styles, just like Chicago Manual Style, MLA, APA, Harvard, and there are few more which we are going to see in the next slide. Okay, that I removed. That is AMO, Chicago, IEEE, Vancouver, and many of them. So these are some of the very popular citing styles you may adopt. Now, this is an example related to citations or the referencing referenced or referred as per the APA style. So again, please don't get confused. If you refer any other style, there will be slight differentiation between them. The first thing, what is citation? Secondly, how to quote the citation. So here, number one, that is in case of single author, then two authors and multiple authors. How to cite the things? In case of single author, you can always start the citation with the help of the first author's name. Exactly not name, it starts with the surname. Just like Kelso is the surname of the author, in bracket, the year of publication is been disclosed. This is how as per APA style, and it will be followed with the sentences you want to refer with or cite with. The second style, which may be with the author's description, may be shown or disclosed at the end of the work. At the end of the work. So Kelso is the surname. As per APA, you may start the sentence with the surname, in bracket the year of publication, or at the end of the sentence it will be shown in bracket, surname, comma, year of publication, bracket close, and then full stop. Second thing, even if you want to disclose the page numbers for the publication, that is also been prescribed as per the APA style. So you can again go through this slide, that in case if you want to quote the page number, then same, here is the author, in bracket the year of publication. Then in case of single page you can quote SP, in case of multiple pages you can quote as PP, and the page numbers. When there are more than one page you are referring, then there will be PP dot and page numbers and bracket close. Or the same thing will be disclosed at the end of your work. So this is the one of the example of quoting citation in terms of single author. You can take the screenshot if required. This is in case of two authors. Again, surnames of the both authors. Rest of the things remains the same. Year of publication want to quote at the end, then there will be comma and the year of publication, and the bracket will be closed down. Similarly, if you have the page numbers, you follow the same steps. Only two authors have been disclosed. You are using the word and use the whole of the word. Don't use the abbreviated word for end. Okay. And similarly for the page numbers in case of two authors. Now in case of multiple authors, when there are more than two authors, you can use the word ETAL. It is a Latin word which means which means et alia, that is and others. Calso and others. So this is how it has been adopted. So please go through once again. Surname, ET space AL dot comma in bracket the year of publication. Similarly, at the end, it will be disclosed in the similar manner. So when there are more than two authors, you can use the word ETL. And the whole of the details will be provided at the end of the work in the form of referencing. So this is for multiple authors without page numbers and the page numbers. The next part comes upon, and that is one in text citations. That means you are, but on a particular topic, many of the authors having a common view, and you do not want to elaborate those statements in detail in your work. In that case, you can combine the work of the various authors in a single sentence or maybe a few sentences, and all the authors are being referred all together to be known as one in text citations. So in this example, the literature on underpricing in initial public offering goes back to Ibbotson, 1975. So he is the pioneer who talked about the IPO pricing. Okay. Then the same work is been talked by the various authors. That is in 97, 1989, and all these things. What you need to remember is it that it will in the chronological order. The referred author, which is the oldest will come first, and then the next period of publications will comes afterward. The rest of the things remains the same. Single author, two authors, multiple authors, that styles remains the same. So you can see that first author, comma, second author in bracket, third author, authors in fourth, then two of the publications are been referred for these authors. That is 1988 and 89. So both the papers have been referred and it has been disclosed in this manner. Then further carried over with other authors with the date of publications. So it will be in the chronological order, and disclosing these things comes under form of one in text citations. Again, the question may arise is, do we need to refer all of them at the end of the work? And answer to it is yes. Actually, what you are doing, you might have not gone through the papers written by these authors. This is what I am assuming. If you have referred, it's okay, quite good. So you think that it is only for the information which must be disclosed in our work, and in that case, you have included over here. So when I talked yesterday about the referencing and bibliography, here the difference arises. If you have gone through all of these papers, then it comes in the form of referencing. And if you have not gone through it, this is the work carried over, done by someone else, and you have copied it over here, then it comes in the form of bibliography. And once again, don't get confused. They are the synonyms used interchangeably. And when you want to quote the page numbers for one in-text citations, again, the format styles remains the same. Even for electronic documents, the process remains the same in case of in-text citations. But electronic documents are to be referred differently once in the referencing section. So here, whatever may be printed material, maybe electronic document, the citation process remains the same, but it varies in terms of referencing. In case of any doubt, you please note it down. We can and you can ask in the discussion section. Again, the free few citation generators. These are the some of the referred sources. You go with the registration, you pay for it, you will get the better results. One data what I have analyzed today, and that is related with scriber.com. It is a citation generator and it provides many of the other things. As compared to other sources, the Scriber claims even for running the plagiarism software, the Scriber says that the result is more authenticated as compared to any other source of information. They claim that the citation generation is more accurate as compared to any of the citations generator softwares that have been referred upon. So it is all marketing style. You can put a trial and error and you just check it out, which is the more authenticated. The second problem with Scriber that even you want to go with a trial method, so they will ask for a free registration for 2 or 3 days, and then they will automatically start charging for it. So be very precautious once registering to such type of sites, because they have an auto debit facility, and you might not be knowing that amount has been getting deducted from your account and just simply for the use of the software. So be very careful while registering to such type of softwares. So these are the few names: Grammarly, Mendeley, Bibliography, and etc. Now, the second element comes under citing and referencing style, and that is the differentiation between the set citation and footnotes. Which is better? When to use? So footnote is basically the any information, any additional information which is not so required to be published in text of your work can be processed and disclosed at the end of the page, which is to be known as the footnote. Just like any statement you want to talk upon and which is not having a utility to be included in your work, that is within the work, that can be considered in the part of the footnote. So then secondly, a question comes upon that should we use footnote in terms. It is recommended that while drafting the research paper, footnotes should be avoided. But even that, I have gone through hundreds of research papers which are containing a large details in the form of footnotes. Although footnote is very, very popular when you are talking in terms of book referencing or in the terms of books you are writing, then footnote always comes upon. So a small differentiation between them. The citation refers to a reference to a book, paper, author given in the body of the text, whereas footnotes are being placed at the bottom of a page. What I used to usually do, once I am referring a paper, even if it is a web source, I simply copy and paste in MS Word file in the form of a URL initially. Because if it has been forwarded, then very difficult to find it out where it was been taken upon. Then, whenever the time permits, I used to go through insight about that journal or that. By clicking it, that it will reflect from which journal it has been published. Then I try to go through the original source of journal. The next problem may arise is because most of them are paid journals, you may not have access to those journals. In that case, you can take the help of those online publications where just like universities, IIMs, IITs, as per your access, those have this facility. Try to access through them and get the complete information about the paper, and you can even download from it. Second, citation contains the bibliographical information, means which has been referred at the end. The footnote contains bibliographical information along with the author's comment or any other additional information which need to be disclosed in your work. Then citation always followed is been followed by the style guides, whatever you have been adopting it. But footnote is not allowed in APA style. It is permitted by some another styles, but APA does not permit it for. So even you have quoted those references in the form of footnotes, when you have finalized the paper, you simply remove those content from there and take it to the references section and prepare as per the guidelines what we are discussing today. Citations are in text, that is located in text, whereas the footnotes are disclosed at the bottom of the page. So this, let us take a view of the footnote. This is the content of one of the book. Some information, additional information need to be disclosed, and you can see this is how the footnote has been generated. So again, you can take the help of MS Word. There are three parts: citation, referencing, and footnote. Click on the footnote and this number will be automatically generated by the software for you. You need to put a number, specific number over here, just like one click over here for footnote, and this will it will automatically take you to this portion. Then you can type whatever you want to do it, and it will be in the sequencing order. Good thing of the software that suppose if you move this contain concurrent list from here to somewhere else in your work, so the footnote will automatically move from this location to another location. Third element, suppose if you delete this content, concurrent list word is been removed, the footnote is also automatically removed and the rest of the numbering is auto adjusted. So some additional information they have disclosed in the form of footnotes. This can be when you are publishing your thesis or you are in the writing of your thesis work or dissertation work. A minor difference between bibliography already discussed, that you have cited a scholarly work on the background readings or other materials that you have read but not actually cited. In that case, it comes in the category of bibliography, and when you have read it and referred, then it comes in the form of referencing. So I will not talk more upon it. I've already discussed. These are the some basic differentiation. So the meaning remains the same. It is based upon the primary sources, what you are actually reading in depth, where bibliography includes both of it, that is the primary and secondary sources. Referencing as per APA is always arranged in the alphabetical or in the numerical order, but bibliography is always arranged in the numerical order. Referencing is part of in-text citations, whereas bibliography includes both in-text citation and other sources that you have used to create the idea. Even if the matter you have not cited in your work can be included in the form of bibliography for your research paper. Referencing is a supporting document or the argument to work, where bibliography may not be considered as the supportive document because no documentary evidence is properly available. If it is, then it's okay. Otherwise, when the complete information is been not referred properly, then it comes automatically in the form of bibliography. These are the some of the basic differences. I once again suggest that please avoid them. The confusion should not be there. Now, what about the other common styles of referencing? 2 to 3 referencing style, what we have just discussed now. There are many more which comes upon, like Associate Press style, Chicago style, IEEE, American Medical Association used in for nursing. Once again, going through the first one, AP style is used for the journalists and media writers. The CMOS Chicago style used for the humanities. IEEE is used for engineering, computer sciences. American Medical style is been used for nursing and medical fields. Then Association for Computing Machinery used in computing and technology fields. And American Society for Mechanical Engineer, it is used in the mechanical engineering. So besides those 3 or 4 common styles, you can also adopt any of the style which you feels free to do it. So these were the common elements of the referencing we have discussed. So once again, ultimately, when we are talking upon the developing the style guidelines, what are the common features we must focus upon? So number one, besides the author and all these things, we need to focus upon the order of your style. Will it be numerical or will it be alphabetical? Numericals in bracket 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, alphabetical in the alphabetical order, A, B, C, D, F, G. Then you need to learn about the punctuations. Now, once again, if we talk about APA, there are 7 versions available. If you go through version 415, you will determine lots of differences in version 4 and 5 to version 7. So, first thing, you always need to update it about those styles. How to do it? You can directly visit the website of the firm, of that company which is providing the styles. And if not so, you can Google it out and you may get the hundreds of examples which are using this style for abbreviations. Oh, sorry, for our referencing. So you need to focus, that is the use of abbreviations and the acronyms where and where it is required. Then you need to determine the style on the basis of available sources. Again, the style varies. Book is having a different style, periodicals having different, journals having different style, reference work and other compositions are having different styles to be disclosed. So you need to determine the source from where you are referring the contents. Then addresses, this is the one of the example. Like APA says that in case if the figure numerical value is less than 10, they use the words rather than numbers. You can just go through this example. From 1st to 9, they use the words, and 9th after 9, that is 10th onwards, they use the numbers. So different styles are being adopted for publishing this. Second, the style guidelines indicates of quoting the age, figures, charts, all these are been again redefined in those styles. So you need to learn all of these elements which are helpful in creating the adequate styles. Again, the thing arises that if you do not wish to spare time because it is a laborious work, you can use the software. Punch the basic information required by software. Even you can simply put the URL and the software will automatically locate that. The software will generate the style as per your style, the referencing for you. You can take the help of the software. It all depends upon your choice. So, what are the basic differences we found during the various style guides? Number one is the way of citing and bibliographing them, punctuation, capitalization of the words. Again, in some case, few cases, the headlines will be capitalized, few may not be. It all depends. Then acronyms, all acronyms must be considered. Formatting style, it may be just like italing and you're doing the italics, or maybe underlining, just like for abstract, other details may be defined, may be redefined, and may be formatted as per the different styles, and along with the numbers which we have just discussed. So, in the second part, we have just gone through the various citation styles inside citations, and now we are at the referencing part. Those citations are to be detailed in the form of references and which has been quoted over here. In case of single author, using. So, we still remember their first author surname was Calso and the year of publication was 2001. This is as per APA. And here the surname comes first, then first name, and then middle name. Please refer to the author's guideline for getting the complete information about it. Then year of publication, bracket close, dot, that is stopped over here. You see in the running format, only the first character is being capitalized and the rest of the things in the running format. But earlier versions, each and every word in the sentence used to be capitalized. Means D, M, C, P, S. They were earlier capitalized, but the present APA style denies it and it is simply in the formation. Next, that is the general detail, which is to be disclosed over here. And you can see that it is in italics. Again, the style changes. New format refers that even the italics is not required, only simply general detail simply will be provided in the running sentence. Followed by comma, then again here volume, presenting the volume and title is equally important. The year of publication, sorry, the volume and the number that is to be disclosed over here. It's just like volume 24 and maybe the second edition for that particular year. So it will be referred in this style, followed by a comma. Then we were using PP long back, third and fourth version. But now they have removed the PP and P dot, what is all removed. Simply you will insert the page number. Second thing, you can also quote, just like in the case of electronic documents, the date of referencing. Although it has been published, so that remains the common throughout the life. But in case if you think that you can put on the accession the number you accessed on your referencing number like that. Second, a single author book reference. Again, more or less style remains the same. The difference is here, the book detail will come first, followed by the publisher name, followed by the city of publication. Maybe Sage publication, New Delhi, because it is a universal publication, Sage. So it is maybe the New Delhi, so followed by New Delhi. Then edition. You will get it on the second or third page of the book. So edition will be disclosed in the format second ed for edition, dot, comma, followed by the page numbers. This is for single book reference. Again, multiple authors follow the same style, what we have just discussed. In case of electronic documents, There may be the many sources available to you. Just for an example, this is the surname of an author, first name, dot, year of publication, full stop, the title of the document, full stop, followed by the online journal publication name or whatever the source, comma, and again the detail about the publication. That is the volume and the edition, which is further taken care by the URL, because this is the source which provide the information. So you see, it may be HTTP or HTTPS. Complete URL has been copied over here. Full stop. You can remove hyperlink, or it may be hyperlink, no issues. And after that, this when you have accessed this information need to be disclosed. So whatever the content you have included in your reference in your chapter or the paper will be disclosed in the form of this link, and this information was retrieved or accessed on main month, date, and year. This is for the next one, that is the Radio New Zealand. Some annual report has been taken, and this is how it has been presented. Another things comes upon, and that is the DOI. This is very, very commonly used, and it is one of the easiest way to access the paper or to gather the information. All of the journals are not equipped with DOI facilities, but if it is there, then it's better to insert the DOI. Simply clicking it on, you will directly proceed it and taken to that journal where this article has been available. So more or less, style remains same. It has been followed by the general details, edition, page numbers, and DOI. You can copy and paste that DOI over here. Once clicking it on, it will be directly taking you to that particular page. Now, two authors referencing, you just see surname, first name, middle name. There in citation, we are using the word A and D, no shortcuts. Here we are using the abbreviation, that is the and followed by the same thing, that is second author surname, first name, and middle name. MK Chain. Bracket close. Year of publication contains the title of the paper, details about in italics about the journal, and then volume details and along with the page numbers. In case of three authors, you will follow the same format: first author, second author, and third author. Rest of the things is same. So how much authors you can show, disclose in references, and that is up to 7 authors. Up to 7 authors, you will follow the same style. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And in case, if you have more than 7 authors, then you will disclose first 6 authors. From here to here, you will disclose the first 6 authors. And after that, simply you will provide the detail of the last author. To my example, there are 10 authors who are the part of this research paper contribution. Because when, particularly in sciences, the real research comes upon. So they are the many of the people engaged in that work. They is to combinedly develop the paper and make the presentation of it. In case of multiple authors, such type of problems does exist, and this is how it should be referred with. The detail about the title of the paper, publication journal, volume, edition, and along with to be followed by the page numbers. What I think that usually you will get a rare chance to refer with 7 authors, but if it is there, you need to disclose in the similar manner. So this was all with the general. Second is now with books and ebooks. There are two types of things. One is the whole authored book. That means the complete book is been written by one or few authors. And second is the edited book. Just like in case of any conferences has been conducted in your institute, and there are the co-authors. There may be 4, 5 authors are there, or sorry, there are 4 to 5 editors are there, and they have edited the whole of the papers. Basically, they edited the papers, they make it in the publication format they worked upon, that is to be known as editors. And those edited contents are being published in the form of book. If it is a referred, it will followed with the ISBN number. If it is not, then direct publication will be there. So, in case if the author has edited the complete book, there is a use of the word ED. For one editor and for more than one, they are using the word EDS for the multiple authors. This is how it has been disclosed. You just please go through this example. What are the elements? That is how to mention the dates. So again, there are different formats available. You can simply put the year. You can simply put the day and a date along with the month. There can be the year and the month, or even if required, you can publish the year and the season. Usually, if we go with the American publications, they follow the fourth pattern also. They used to provide the season. So this is how the dates means including year, are published in the in your research paper. Author's last name, first initial, middle name, publication year, article title, general title, followed by volume number, issue number, page number. If there is a DOI, it will be inserted over here. And you can see the example. This is all about volume number 1146. So it is volume 114, issue number 6. These are the page numbers. Which are the style you are adopting? Where there is an MLA style, for a single page, we will write it down as capital P dot page number. In case of multiple pages, it will be noted as PP dot. Is written example page number. So PP dot page numbers. So this is the details related to mentioning the complete information about the authors in terms of books. Next point arises in referencing and is the title of the work. So there are again different styles have been prescribed. If the work that is standalone, single work, the whole book, a report prepared by you and submitted, basic literature, dissertation, thesis, unpublished work, data sets, videos, films, TV series, albums, podcast, social media, and works on website. It includes these are the following things. They are how you are going to define the title. So work that are a part of greater whole, that is the periodical articles, edited books, chapters, and podcast episode and songs. This is the process of disclosing it. In case of standalone, you will initialize the title. See, there is a difference in the style. Huh? You will initialize the title and capitalize it into the sentence case. So author details remains the same. This title has been italic here over here, and the publication is remains the in the normal format. That is American Psychological Association. The paper was been submitted in the one of the journal of APA in the year 2014. In case of work that is a part of greater whole, capitalize the title using sentence case. Do not initialize the title or use the quotation mark around it. If you wish, if you think that the whole of the work is not by the single author, in that you can use this particular style of presenting. Referencing. This is the ready to use type of table. Reference style for general. Component sources are periodical, titles, volume, issue, page number, range, DOI, and URL. So this is disclosing that how you will quote the general articles, and this is an example for it. Second, general article with the article number. So in that case, we can generate, it has been generated by the software. So this is the article number is to be disclosed over here. Rest of the things remains the same. Third, edited book chapters. The name of the author's edition, the name of the paper, the page numbers, and the publication, your publisher details followed by DOI as it is available. If I click on this DOI, I will move to that particular page. Web page on a website where authors are different from the site name, then you will provide the complete detail about it over here. When authors are the same in the site name, in that case, we follow a different style of referring it. Little bit borism is there because it's all technical. I can't leave it out each and every, I can leave out any of the things. So you need to bear me for today's session. Social media, again, not getting into much of these details. So this is the how to provide it. Use the name associated with the account as the name in the reference. Provide the specific date of the post because it continuously keeps on moving. Provide the first 20 words of the post of the as the title. First 20 words you may carry. Then count a URL or other link, a hashtag on an or an emoji as one of word each and include them in the reference. So what we need to do? We need to put a hashtag over here if required, or the complete detail, that is the web detail, is to be provided. If they fall within the first 20 words, do not italize emojis. If a post includes images, videos, thumbnail links to outside source or content from another post, indicate that in the square brackets. So this is how. Suppose any other further information you have taken care, it will be disclosed in such type of inverted comma and a bracket. Credit Facebook as the site name in the source element and provide the URL of the post. So containing this reference, you can see this example. We have quoted Facebook first, full stop, the complete URL, the word limit is within 20, hence hashtag is not been used. If it is beyond 20, then we need to put the hashtag too. Because most of the referencing in today's scenario coming through various social media areas. Similarly, if we are referring Instagram photo contents or the videos, then this will be the style to be adopted. The name associated with the account as the name in the reference. Just like it may be your account. So your name will come over here. Provide the specific date of the post. So it is here. 20 letters, that remains the same. That point remains the same. If a post include images, video, etc., put such as when sharing a link, indicate that in a square bracket. If you want to carry over any of the things, just like this, there is some external link for it. So it is quote in the inverted comma. Describe the post type, that is status update or the video. It is to be defined. Here photograph, it contains photograph. That means you can go through link and you will get over there. I will show you. Then credit Instagram as the site name. So Instagram, the source element, and provide the URL for that particular photo. The same format is been applicable for Twitter and TikTok. Can you see my next slide? There is an image source slide is been disclosed on the screen. Anyone please respond? Nobody here?
No, sir.
Okay. Now can you see?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So actually what I've discussed in the previous slide, this is the actual, well, I clicked over that link and that link was been automatically taken over to me this page. This is the page of a particular artist who have created this image, and all comments and all these things have been disclosed. Even if you want to quote these comments in your work, there is a defined style for that too. Okay. Next is social media. Instagram profile, same more or less format remains the same. The only thing that use the name of the profile page you want to cite in the text element for your reference. Example, what is the format? Is it a post or it is tagged or something else? Maybe include. Then include the description, Instagram profile in square brackets, and all the related information along with the URL. Next relates with the broadcast of the TV material or the radio elements. You need to provide the complete details about the director, writer, date when it was been aired, title of the episode. If it is the source, that is TV or radio, then first initial, producer, last name, executive producer, extra, etc. TV or radio series name, etc. So you can just go to an example. This is the writer's information, director's information, year of telecast. This is chapter 18, season 2, episode 5. Then TV series episode, the nature. Then editor, the executive producer's name. And this was been published in the form of House of Cards and was been telecast by Netflix. The similar style has been followed for the films. I'm not getting into much details about it. You can go through it later on. Next style is about songs and musical recordings. Again, will be followed with a specified format: last name, first name, middle name, songwriters, year, when it was been created, the song title, recorded when it was been recorded by the first initial. So this is the song title. Sorry. It was recorded by this house. Then the information about it, to be followed by album title and the URL link. So the title of the album is this, and this is the URL link where you can access this information. This is for all songs and musical recordings. If you do not provide the source, just like for example, I include a clipping. It's like you people used to prepare that clips in for Instagram. So that in that case, you are using some original source of audio. It is been always referred in those clips. So that details must come over here if it is using in your own this paper, developing the paper. Next is referring the web page. This is how this is about a single author, individual author. Same surname, first name or middle name, date, year of publication, the title of the paper, it may be modified with the time, and then link to that paper. It has been disclosed over here. This is the website through which the content was been taken upon. So once you click it out, this link is automatically going to take you to this page. Second thing, please quote the date of retrieval or accession, because this page may be changed in the near future and you may not be in a position to access the same information when it has been changed. But what about if the page is dynamic by nature? And dynamic means when the information is continuously updated. Just you can go through the website of census.gov. This population figure is continuously updated. In every minute, the figure varies. So how to go? Because it is a variable, it is dynamic page. In that case, you need to provide the information along with the time. So this information was retrieved on January 9, 2020. A time can be disclosed over here, just like at such hours. And this is the page. When contents of a page are designed to change over per time but are not archived, it includes the retrieval date in the reference column. So this is how the dynamic web page need to be disclosed. These are the some of the very common styles are APA and MLA. So not getting into the deep of it, these are the some basic differentiations between them, how to code them. If required, you can please take the screenshots of next 3-4 slides. So how to disclose for APA I've already discussed. MLA, there is a little bit differentiation between them, between the title of the thing. Here surname, initial name, and then surname for 2 authors or maybe more than 2 authors. What MLA suggests that surname for the first author, and even here for the additional authors you can use the word ETL. But in APA we provide the complete details about the all authors. This is an example they have quoted over here. Then for in-text citation, styles remains the same. Surname of the first author along with ETL and the year of publication. MLA ignores the year of publication. Surnames remains the same, ETL remains the same, but the year of publication is not disclosed over here. So this is the basic difference in terms of general articles. Next, in terms of book articles or book references, the name style remains the same. In bracket, year of publication, title of the book, and the publisher details. In terms of MLA, surname, first name remains same. Year of publication is not disclosed. It is disclosed at the end. Title of the book, publisher details, and the year of publication. So basic difference that is over here. Here the year of publication disclosed over here. It is disclosed at the end of the work. When in-text citation talking, remains the style same, that is the surname along with year of publication. Here year is been not disclosed as per MLA. MLA is very popularly utilized while it is in the this is for history and the languages. Linguistic, MLA is more popular. Edited book chapters, same, no changes. Title of the chapter, editors defined information is there, and to be carried by the word EDS, mandatory. Title of the book, page numbers, and the publishers. So initially it seems the title of the book, then editors names, EDS is mandatory. Title of the book, issue details, something is available, page numbers, and the publisher. Along with publisher, you please provide the location of that publication. It is just like New Delhi, not only country, but the city. In MLA, there is a little bit differentiation. It all comes at the end of the work. Inside citation format remains the same for MLA, and for APA remains the same. Little differentiation between the web page referencing. I've included only these two because they are the most common ones. Otherwise, we can have a comparative chart for others also. Surname, initials, APA style, then title of the web page, web title, URL, etc. So this is how it has been disclosed. HTTPS. Don't forget to put the reference date, that is the accession date. Here, more or less remains the same. This is the URL, and online learning is being provided. So there is very minor change difference between them. Otherwise, everything remains the same. Sentence format is also same. In case if the date of publication is not available, we will use the word n.d. Whereas in MLA, it is not been used. Next. Again, you can take the screenshot. You can go through later. So overall, going through all of these contents, when we move to the concluding part of the session and the style, what are the basic learnings we must get? Number one, that is the key factors should be considered while compiling the references or citing the work. Number one, that is what is the source of citations? Book, journal, e-journal, media, online electronic media, social media, whatever the additional source of information you need to first of all think upon and focus it upon. That is the citing sources. Secondly, which style of referencing you are going to adopt? Please go through the author's guidelines, which has been provided by each and every publishers. Attention to the details in text. That is all things capitalization, comma, punctuations, abbreviations, all of things must be taken care because it does matters, and those who have done with the international publications, they know the importance of all of these things. You must work hard to avoid plagiarism. It always must below the desired level. It should not move away above that. And avoiding outdated and inaccurate sources. Just one reference I have quoted you yesterday, which was been referred on November 23rd. And once I have gone through that page, actually it was updated. The earlier reference was in the month of May 2020, and it was been later updated on November 2023. So outdated information should try to be avoided because it may not provide you the meaningful results or outcomes what exactly you are been looking for. We know that research must contains the current information to the maximum level so that it can provide the results for a long duration of time or a source to the various other authors in the near future too. So this is all from my side. Thank you so once again to all of you for patiently listening to me. The session is open. You can ask any doubts or queries you people are having. Anyone, please? Having no question, that means it was not understandable. Is it like so? Any doubts? Anyone is facing problems related to referencing or ever faced or paper was written back due to improper citation and referencing? You can share your experience if anyone happened with that case. You need to motivate your students at the same time. Scholars will do definitely because it is a part of the research, but the students need to get work upon. No doubt it's very hard work. They always try to copy paste the contents and simply put it out, but please make them learnable so that in the near future it will be helpful to them. Any questions? I'm eagerly waiting for your questions and try to answer. So no more further questions are coming upon. We can put the end to the session. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Honorable Sir, for sharing your valuable knowledge with us, and thanks to all the participants out there. So now on this note, I would like to end the meeting. And again, thank you so much, sir. Thank you all the participants.
Thank you. Thank you to all of you. Please take care.